Hey, welcome to Tap Forge. Today we're going to be marking this 6-inch Damascus chef's knife. We're going to be putting TAP on it, and the way we do that is not with some fancy stamp. I didn't go out and buy anything. I found these old hand stamps that just happened to have a font that I kind of liked on them, and so I developed a holder. I put just a couple pieces of metal welded together, and each end is drilled out and tapped, so that way you can secure these evenly spaced, and bam, that's my mark. Simple as that. Well, today we're going to use the arbor press to do this. It's a quite simple machine. You set the height right here with this hand wheel, and then to apply the force or pressure, you just pull down on this lever, and it gives us a tremendous amount of force. All right, we start by aligning our punches in our holder here. We firmly tighten this bolt down to hold it, but it only has to be finger tight. And that's all our holder it really is a convenient holder and spacer. Then we align our knife up. You have to choose which side you want it to mark. We're going to mark the right side today, just one side. And we then align our punches here and lower the ram very gently so we can still adjust them as we need to keep them in line with the center of the handle and the top of the spine. It's not exact, but it should be relatively in the middle of the handle. And that looks pretty good to me. So I'm going to go ahead and apply the force by pulling down on that lever. And you can't see it, but I'm literally hanging up and down and bouncing. Make sure we get a nice imprint there. Now I almost guarantee that those all didn't imprint. And so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to go over individually and have to angle each one in and make sure that that one imprints as well. But we'll have gotten part of all of them, and so we'll be able to realign. The trick is keeping it aligned and angling it so every part of the punch gets in contact with the metal, and you get a nice deep impression. It's tricky because we're working on an angled surface, our primary bevel right here. Certain letters you have to be careful with. A's tend to go very deep because they're pointed like arrows. So you want to be very careful when you're doing an A, especially when it's all by itself, like we're doing right now. Because if I yank it too hard, we will have a very deep A, and then we'll have to go deeper with the rest of our letters. We don't want them to be too deep though. Other letters, like the P, for instance, is a total pain. It never wants to mark all the way around, and you really have to angle it off to one side or the other to get it to mark all the way around. See that extreme angle to get the bottom of the T in that bevel. But when it's all said and done, so just a couple of hand stamps and a holder, a little bit of practice, and you get a nice, consistent, evenly spaced result. This is just a handful of the knives I've marked this way. Simple, but I like it.